You turn off your phone early, keep the room perfectly dark, and follow every sleep rule you have ever read online. Yet you still wake at 3 in the morning with your heart racing and your mind spinning through tomorrow's unfinished list. You drag yourself through every afternoon feeling foggy and exhausted, and you blame stress or simply getting older every day. Your sleep problem is not aging. It is caused by 6 specific biological failures that are completely correctable right now. 70% how? That is how much deep, restorative, slow-wave sleep adults over 50 lose compared to their younger selves. Your brain is physically shrinking right now because your nightly sleep is not delivering the deep restoration it truly requires. The most dangerous part is that every single night below 6 hours quietly doubles your cardiovascular and dementia risk together.
This video is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice from your doctor. Sleep architecture changes dramatically after 50, and most people have no idea that their deep sleep has nearly disappeared. This progressive loss of restorative slow-wave sleep is why you feel consistently unrefreshed even after a full 8 hours. Standard sleep hygiene advice like avoiding screens is wildly insufficient and fails to address your actual biological sleep drivers. These 6 evidence-based medical interventions target the precise physiological mechanisms that actually control your sleep quality after 50.
You think you slept 7 hours last night, and yet objective data almost always reveals a completely different and disturbing picture. Your subjective assessment of your own sleep quality is notoriously inaccurate and misleads you every single morning without exception.
Most adults significantly overestimate their total sleep duration and consistently underestimate the number of nightly awakenings they actually experience. This systematic self-deception is exactly why objective data from wearable trackers has become clinically essential for real sleep assessment. While consumer devices are less accurate than polysomnography, they identify consistent patterns that are clinically meaningful and fully actionable. If your tracker consistently shows fragmented sleep with low deep sleep percentage, the most likely hidden cause is sleep apnea itself. Sleep apnea affects over 30% of all adults over 50 and is profoundly underdiagnosed, particularly in women and non-obese patients. Request an overnight home sleep test from your physician if your tracker reveals frequent arousals or any abnormal breathing patterns tonight. Here is what most people miss entirely: treating obstructive sleep apnea with CPAP therapy produces dramatic and immediate improvements overnight. The data from a simple wrist device can lead directly to a diagnosis that transforms your entire sleep quality within just days.
Your body has a master clock buried deep inside your brain, and most people accidentally sabotage it every single evening. Just 10 minutes of outdoor morning light resets this clock and determines whether you will sleep well tonight or not.
Your suprachiasmatic nucleus is the master circadian clock located in your hypothalamus that controls all of your sleep-wake timing. This master clock is entrained exclusively by light exposure patterns, making your daily light environment the most powerful sleep variable. Morning sunlight exposure within 30 minutes of waking provides the specific short-wavelength blue light signal your master clock requires. Just 10 minutes of outdoor morning light exposure dramatically advances your circadian phase and ensures robust melatonin production at bedtime. Conversely, bright and blue-enriched artificial light after sunset delays your circadian clock and dramatically suppresses melatonin production entirely. Installing warm amber lighting in your bedroom and using blue light filtering glasses after 9 p.m. reduces this suppression very significantly. Combining consistent morning light exposure with strict evening darkness creates a powerful circadian signal that improves sleep onset dramatically. The best part is that this entirely free and zero-risk intervention is arguably the most effective sleep tool available to anyone today.
Most people reach for melatonin when they cannot sleep, and yet 2 cheaper supplements actually target the real physiological problem. 3 grams of glycine combined with 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate accelerates sleep onset without any harmful side effects.
Glycine is a simple amino acid that functions as an inhibitory neurotransmitter in your central nervous system, specifically during sleep. Its most important effect is that oral glycine supplementation directly lowers your core body temperature to initiate natural sleep onset. A randomized crossover trial published in Sleep and Biological Rhythms confirmed that 3 grams of glycine significantly reduces sleep latency. Participants in this trial reported subjectively improved sleep quality and significantly better daytime cognitive performance and alertness overall. Magnesium plays an equally important role because it activates the GABA receptor system that transitions your brain into deep sleep. Magnesium glycinate is the most bioavailable form because the glycine itself contributes additional independent sleep-promoting effects to the combination. Taking 3 grams of glycine with 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 30 minutes before bedtime is the optimal clinical protocol. This evidence-based combination produces measurable improvements in both sleep onset and deep sleep percentage within the very first week.
Your bedroom feels comfortable to you, and yet it is almost certainly too warm for your brain to produce real deep sleep. Cooling your core body temperature by just 1 degree Celsius dramatically increases the amount of deep, slow-wave sleep you actually get.
Your body must reduce its core temperature by approximately 1 degree Celsius to successfully transition into and actually maintain deep sleep. This thermoregulatory requirement is one of the most powerful and most frequently overlooked physiological drivers of sleep quality today. Adults over 50 have measurably impaired thermoregulatory capacity, making bedroom temperature management critically more important than ever before. The optimal bedroom temperature for maximizing deep slow-wave sleep is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit for most adult patients. Here is a counterintuitive trick: a warm bath taken 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime paradoxically accelerates core body cooling. This peripheral vasodilation rapidly transfers core body heat to the environment, allowing your internal temperature to drop far more efficiently. Cooling mattress pads that circulate chilled water beneath your body directly target the thermoregulatory mechanism of deep sleep restoration. These devices consistently produce dramatic improvements in measured deep sleep duration and morning recovery scores in clinical studies overall.
You lie in bed exhausted and desperate to sleep, yet your brain refuses to shut down because one hormone is blocking it. Chronically elevated evening cortisol directly blocks melatonin production and makes sleep onset biologically impossible for you at night.
Cortisol and melatonin exist in a precise biological reciprocal relationship. When one hormone rises, the other must correspondingly fall. Your cortisol should reach its absolute nadir between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. to allow maximal melatonin secretion and natural deep sleep. Chronic psychological stress, poor evening blood sugar regulation, and inflammatory states all keep cortisol pathologically elevated into the night. This abnormally elevated evening cortisol directly suppresses your melatonin production and makes sleep onset physiologically impossible for you. Ashwagandha root extract is the most clinically validated adaptogen for reducing chronically elevated evening cortisol in stressed adults specifically. A meta-analysis published in Medicine confirms that 300 to 600 milligrams of KSM-66 ashwagandha daily reduces cortisol levels. Phosphatidylserine at 100 milligrams taken in the evening specifically blunts both exercise-induced and stress-induced evening cortisol surges effectively. Combining ashwagandha with a consistent evening wind-down routine significantly reduces the cortisol-mediated component of your sleep-onset insomnia.
Melatonin is the most popular sleep supplement in the world, and yet almost everyone who takes it is using it completely wrong. The standard store-bought dose is 10 to 20 times higher than what your brain actually needs to fall asleep naturally at night.
Standard over-the-counter melatonin tablets in the United States contain 5 to 10 milligrams, which is massively more than necessary. Your pineal gland produces only approximately 0.1 to 0.3 milligrams of melatonin on a normal healthy night. Research from MIT confirms that 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams of melatonin is the true minimum effective clinical dose. Higher doses paradoxically disrupt sleep architecture by activating melatonin receptors outside the suprachiasmatic nucleus in non-physiological harmful ways. After 50, your pineal gland produces progressively less melatonin nightly, making low-dose supplementation genuinely and clinically therapeutic for you. Take 0.5 milligrams of melatonin 30 minutes before your desired sleep onset time and not at your normal bedtime. The timing distinction matters enormously. This strategy uses melatonin as a circadian phase signal rather than as a sedative drug. Using melatonin correctly as a timing signal rather than a sleeping pill is the single most important dosing principle to fully understand.
Your poor sleep after 50 is not an inevitable biological consequence. It is a correctable medical problem with specific solutions. Most people accept terrible sleep as normal aging without ever learning that these 6 interventions could transform their nights completely. You now possess the complete medical knowledge to dramatically improve your sleep quality and protect your brain starting tonight at home. Stop accepting poor sleep as your fate and start implementing these specific evidence-based interventions that your biology truly requires. Every single night you delay is another night your brain loses restoration it desperately needs to stay healthy and sharp long-term. Subscribe, tap like, and share this with someone you love who has been struggling with poor sleep quality every night. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 6 specific interventions are you going to try first tonight at home.